Hello, this is a reflection video for EDFR 6302, Foundations in Cognition, Learning, and Human Development with Dr. Lorena Lopez by Lizeth Lopez. As we end this course, this project has allowed me to reflect on the many takeaways and newly learned materials. I see the abundance of new knowledge that I have acquired that has already begun to be incorporated into my daily teachings. This video will highlight key takeaways from our textbook, Educational Psychology by Anita Woolfolk. This book emphasizes the educational implications and applications of research on child development, cognitive learning, motivation, teaching, and assessment. Because theory and practice are considered together, this book shows how information and ideas drawn from educational psychology research can be applied to solve the everyday problems that we encounter as teachers. Educational psychology reflects on the field and offered me a unique and crucial knowledge. Our textbook made me self-reflect and analyze on the knowledge learned in this course and reflect on my experience in the classroom. These are my 4 key takeaways. Cognitive development, Bronfenbrenner's 4-sphere theory, motivation, assessment, and English language learners. Cognitive development. What is cognitive development? Many studies have been done on the brain and the child's cognitive development. In education, psychologist theories such as Piaget and Vygotsky are used as a guide through our teaching career. Woolfolk defines cognitive development as changes in thinking, reasoning, and decision-making. Piaget suggests that children move through 4 different stages of learning: the sensory motor, pre-operational, concrete, operational, and formal operational. Another theory we refer to as well is Vygotsky's, who proposed that children's development is best understood in relation to social and cultural experience. With these theories, we are able to guide our teaching to better help students achieve academic success. We research how to deliver lessons in which a child will be able to retain and learn best, bringing us to a discussion that we were asked: can we as educators accelerate a child's learning? As educators, we use theories like Piaget and Vygotsky to guide our teaching. Woolfolk states, children have limited attention spans, so longer lessons, activities, or directions should be divided into manageable and memorable pieces. This leads me to believe that although a teacher can accelerate the teaching method, content, and delivery, it does not mean that a child will be able to retain or to process information any quicker. The way a child thinks, reasons, and applies their knowledge to decision-making is very much at their level and not technically achieved by being taught to develop those skills at a faster rate. This leads us to a new theorist I found in this book, which is Bronfenbrenner's 4-sphere theory. What is Bronfenbrenner's 4-sphere theory? Bronfenbrenner divided a person's environment into 5 different systems: the microsystem, the mesosystem, the exosystem, and the macrosystem. He suggests that a child's development is significantly impacted by the environment, thus stating that a child's development plays a big factor in the biology and the environmental systems that surround them. Using Bronfenbrenner's first sphere, every person lives within a microsystem inside a mesosystem embedded in an exosystem, all of which are part of a macrosystem, like a set of Russian painted dolls nestled one inside the other. In addition, all development occurs and is influenced by the time period, the chronosystem. How does this theory benefit me? As a teacher, we influence students daily. I am part of their microsystem, and I must be nurturing, caring, and be a listening ear and compassionate. I affect the microsystem by keeping a good communication with parents, sending daily, weekly newsletters, or communicating through apps such as Class Dojo or Remind, and understanding that every child's home environment is different and staying involved in their life outside of school. All of this plays a large part in the student's exosystem and macrosystem. Motivation. Motivation and teaching go hand in hand. We as educators have the ability to raise our students high and unfortunately also break their spirits. Motivation is defined as a desire to act in service of a goal. It's a crucial element in setting and attaining our objectives. Motivation is one of the driving forces behind human behavior, and it fuels competition and sparks social connections. I have witnessed students' curiosity and motivation start to die down as grade levels increase. Wolfwork states that in her textbook that curiosity and excitement are replaced over time by a sense of drudgery and disinterest. School becomes a job that you have to do, a workplace where the work is not that interesting. In fact, interest in school decreases from elementary to high school, with boys showing greater declines than girls. What can I do as an educator to motivate my students? A theory that I found very interesting was Anne Reniger and Susan Heidi's as they describe a four-phase model of interest in development in our textbook. The four-phase model of interest of development starts with a situational interest. In this stage, students start to express that the topic or assignment is new and unfamiliar. They start to see that it's just the beginning of the work or a task, and they start to display confusion or uncertainty about what is required. In the situational interest, students start to show evidence of having done some work on the task, and they start to express willingness to focus their attention over a period of time. In the personal interest, we start to see students express personal interest and enthusiasm for that topic. They start to display some background knowledge and curiosity with questions beyond what is required of the assignment. Lastly, we see that the sustained personal interest, where students start to display evidence of having worked on the topic for an extended time and they start to show perseverance. In the early stages of the four-phase model, emotions play a big role. Feelings of excitement, pleasure, fun, and curiosity. Therefore, grade levels like first grade students are in the early situational interest. If we do not foster those emotions towards learning, we start to see that interest in school begins to die down as well. We as teachers hold the key to our students' success, and we must continue to spark that interest and motivate students to continue to enjoy learning. Assessments and English language learners. Standardized testing is defined as an exam in which comparisons are made among schools in regards to student achievement and ensures accountability for teachers and has also the ability to inform instruction for educators. Assessments are a very complicated subject for all educators, and unfortunately, this daunting word is one that won't be going away anytime soon. Standardized testing across the state and nation has been around for a very long time, since the late 1700s, and continues to be implemented as a measure of student progress throughout their school year. In Texas elementary school levels, third grade through fifth grade students take the state of Texas assessment of academic readiness, also known as the STAR test. This exam measures primarily and secondary students' achievements and knowledge learned in that grade level in reading, math, and science for fifth grade. Many may argue that this exam is genuinely painting a picture of student success or if it's causing students' self-esteem or motivation to decrease. The problem with standardized testing. As an elementary school teacher, I have encountered issues affecting the validity of this exam. Although the state does provide many accommodations for students like oral reading, manipulatives, extra time, and language options, one of the most significant issues I see with this exam is with students with diverse language backgrounds. My school population is 100% Hispanic, with more than half of our student population being English language learners. ELLs are a demographic considered at an increased risk for dropping out of school. It is noteworthy that 50% of students with limited English proficiency fail the state assessment required for graduation. compared to the 24% of students overall. Jim Cummings' theory, language of acquisition, is a theory that has influenced my classroom instruction. According to Cummings, language is distinguished into two types of languages. BICS, which is the basic interpersonal communication skills, that refers to conversational fluency in a language that the child will use every day, like speaking. COUPS, which is the cognitive academic language proficiency, which refers to students' ability to understand and express in both oral and written modes concepts and ideas that are related to academic vocabulary. What can be done? Although students are able to take exams based on their language ability, many times these exams in their native language are proven to be more difficult, causing them to fail. The Spanish academic vocabulary that they are tested in is at a very high CALP level. If the school is not providing the students with adequate learning at the testing level, the child will unfortunately struggle with these exams. Utilizing Cummings' theory in my classroom has allowed me to help illustrate the process behind language learning as students begin with their preparation for standardized testing. Using this theory can help teachers map out the thought behind the process of achieving language acquisition to succeed in these exams. As I conclude my studies in this course, this reflection serves to analyze the knowledge learned and reflect on my experience in the classroom. Utilizing new theories learned and theories that have been studied before serves me as an educator to not only provide my students with the best knowledge, but understand how to serve them better cognitively and how to motivate them when acquiring a new language and taking assessments. As Carl Menger said, what a teacher is more than what he teaches.